What if I told you that most Romans, the people who built the Colosseum, conquered half the known world and gave us modern law, never cooked a single meal in their lives? No kitchen, no stove, no fire, just the street and one stone counter that changed everything. This is the Thermopolium, Rome's ancient fast food stall, and it fed an empire. The word Thermopolium comes from Greek, thermos meaning hot, and polein meaning to sell. Archaeologists have found over 80 thermopolia in Pompeii alone, preserved almost perfectly under 13 feet of volcanic ash from Vesuvius's eruption in 79 AD. These weren't restaurants in the way we think of them. No tables, no menus, no waitstaff. You walked up to a stone counter called a mensa and pointed at what you wanted from large ceramic vessels called dolia, set flush into the countertop like a built-in buffet. The majority of Romans, up to 1 million people at the empire's peak, lived in apartment buildings called insulae, which were essentially vertical slums. These buildings were fire traps, literal death traps. Open flames for cooking were banned in most upper floors because the entire block could burn down. With no kitchen and no safe way to make fire, the thermopolium wasn't a luxury, it was the only option. Food analysis from Pompeii's thermopolia revealed a menu that would surprise you: duck, goat, pig, fish, snails, and fava beans, all slow-cooked in the dolia. They also served wine, sometimes heated, sometimes cut with seawater or resin, in a tradition the Greeks started centuries before. The famous Thermopolium of Vetusius Placidus in Pompeii even had a small shrine, a lararium, painted directly above the counter, showing household gods protecting the business. Thermopolia opened before dawn and stayed open past midnight. The Roman city never fully slept, and neither did its food stalls. The clientele were workers, slaves, soldiers, sailors, and the urban poor, people eating shoulder to shoulder on the street, bowl in hand. There were no plates. Customers brought their own vessels or used the thermopolium's clay cups, often wiped on a cloth, rinsed, and handed to the next person immediately. In 2019, archaeologists excavating Pompeii's Regio Vie uncovered the most complete thermopolium ever found, perfectly preserved under 13 feet of volcanic ash. Inside the dolia, scientists found bone fragments of duck, pig, goat, fish, and snail, actual food remnants 2,000 years old. The counterface still had its painted murals intact: a rooster, a duck, a dog tied to a leash, and a nereid riding a seahorse, all in vivid red and ochre. At its peak, Rome had approximately 150 to 200 thermopolia per square kilometer in its densest neighborhoods, more fast food outlets per capita than modern Manhattan. The thermopolium was also social infrastructure, where news spread, deals were struck, and the Roman rumor mill turned at full speed. The thermopolium didn't just feed Rome, it held Rome together. It was where empire touched the street, where power met hunger, where civilization was served in a clay bowl. The next time you grab fast food on the street, remember, you're doing something humans have done for 2,000 years. You're eating like a Roman.